Hello! Today we'll be talking about Ponyta, the first equine Pokemon. Its previous PYC dates are May 13th, 1996, March 4th, 1999, December 23rd, 2001, October 13th, 2004, August 4th, 2007, May 25th, 2010, March 15th, 2013, January 4th, 2016, October 25th, 2018, and August 15th, 2021. I most remember Ponyta from an early episode of the anime where Ash learns to ride a Ponyta and the fire doesn't hurt the rider because it trusts them. Design-wise, this is one of my favorites. It's so cute. This is even more so for the Galarian Ponyta, which I think it's clever that it's a unicorn, particularly since Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. Let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello, and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Ponyta, who, as non-Galarian Ponyta, is the Fire Horse Pokemon, but as Galarian Ponyta is the unique horn Pokemon. Its number is 0077. This is Ponyta, this is what it looks like. This is Galarian Ponyta, this is what it looks like. Its types are Fire as non-Galarian Ponyta, and Psychic as Galarian Ponyta. Abilities, Runaway or Flash Fire as non-Galarian Ponyta, and Runaway or Pastel Veil as Galarian Ponyta. Flame Body is as non-Galarian Ponyta's hidden ability, and Anticipation is Galarian Ponyta's hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 190 or 35.2%. Breeding is egg group field, hatch time 20 cycles. Non-Galarian Ponyta is 3'3" or 1 meter, and 66.1 pounds or 30 kilograms. Galarian Ponyta is 2'7" or 0.8 meters, and 52.9 pounds or 24 kilograms. Base experience yield is 152 in Gen 1 through 4, and 82 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast, EV yield is 1, and speed. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokédex color is yellow, other forms may have other colors. I guess I can see it. The main body is a shade of light yellow, I guess. Base friendship is 70. Ponyta is a fire-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Rapidash starting at level 40. In Galar, Ponyta has a Psychic-type regional form. It evolves into Galarian Rapidash starting at level 40. Biology. Ponyta is an equine Pokemon with cream-colored fur. It has brown eyes and triangular ears with reddish interiors. Yellow and reddish-orange flames make up its mane and tail. The mane forms a short crest on top of its head and a short strip down its back to its tail. Additional flames are represented behind its elbows and knees. The fire appears about an hour after hatching. It has 4 long legs, each ending in a single gray hoof. These hooves are said to be 10 times harder than diamonds and act as shock absorbers. Ponyta are relatively lightweight for their size, as they have extraordinary jumping abilities and are capable of leaping tall buildings in a single bound. I like that. However, a newborn Ponyta is a weak runner and is actually barely able to stand. It gradually strengthens its legs and becomes faster by chasing after its parents and jumping over grass that grows taller by the day. In the anime, it is shown that Ponyta can control its flames so that its rider is not burned by them, and Ponyta only does this for those that it has accepted. Ponyta herds tend to live in grasslands, plains, mountains, or anywhere that they can run freely. Forms. Ponyta has a regional form, Galarian Ponyta. Ponyta is adapted in the forests of the Galar region after generations of being exposed to the life energy found within. Galarian Ponyta has chalk white fur covering most of its body. Instead of flames, its mane, tail, and fetlocks are covered in a long purple and blue fluffy fur. Its eyes are purple with light blue irises, and it has a small purple and white horn on top of its forehead. Galarian Ponyta can absorb the life energy located in the atmosphere and store it in its mane, which will then become more colorful and potentially release a shining glow if there is a lot of energy to use. Galarian Ponyta's horn has healing powers. It can heal any slight wound with a few rubs from its horn. By looking into the eyes of a person, Galarian Ponyta can read the contents of their heart. Should it find any evil, it will promptly go into hiding. As shown in the anime, Galarian Ponyta can send pleas for help in the form of visions to people, even if they're from another region. Galarian Ponyta and its evolution are the only known Pokemon that can have Pastel Veil as an ability. So here we see Galarian Ponyta's mane and horn glowing. Okay. Yes. Evolution, Ponyta evolves into Rapidash. So Ponyta, Rapidash. Galarian Ponyta evolves into Galarian Rapidash. You see that here. Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Rapidash. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Explorers of Darkness. Ponyta is a member of Team Flame. Pokedex entries in Gen 1 in red and blue. Its hooves are 10 times harder than diamonds. It can trample anything completely flat in a little time. In yellow, capable of jumping incredibly high, its hooves and sturdy legs absorb the impact of a hard landing. Citium. Capable of jumping over the Eiffel Tower in a single giant leap. Its hooves are 10 times harder than diamonds. Tokyo Tower in Japanese. In Gen 2 in gold, it is a weak runner immediately after birth. It gradually becomes faster by chasing after its parents. Silver. Its hind legs, which have harder than diamond hooves, kick back at any presence it senses behind it. Crystal. Training by jumping over grass that grows longer every day has made it a world-class jumper. Team 2 is just golds again. In Gen 3 in Ruby and Sapphire, Ponyta is very weak at birth. It can barely stand up. This Pokemon becomes stronger by stumbling and falling to keep up with its parent. In Emerald, a Ponyta is very weak at birth. It can barely stand up. Its legs become stronger as it stumbles and falls while trying to keep up with its parent. In Fire Red, its body is light and its legs are incredibly powerful. It can clear Ayer's rock in one leap. Tokyo Tower in Japanese. Leaf Green is very similar to Red and Blues, but slightly different, so we'll read it. Its hooves are 10 times harder than Diamond. It can trample anything completely flat in little time. In Gen 4 in Diamond, about an hour after its birth, its fiery mane and tail grow out, giving it an impressive appearance. In Pearl, its legs grow strong while it chases after its parent. It runs in fields and mountains all day. In Platinum, as a newborn, it can barely stand. However, through galloping, its legs are made tougher and faster. Heart Golds is gold. Soul Silvers is very similar to Silvers, but slightly different, so we'll read it. Its hind legs, which have hooves that are harder than diamond, kick back at any presence it senses behind it. The Gen 5 entries are Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is Platinum's and Gen 5's. Y's is Pearl's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the Ruby and Sapphire counterpart. In Gen 7, the Let's Go games are Yellow's entry. In Gen 8, for non-Galarian Ponyta, Sword. It can't run properly when it's newly born, as it races around with others of its kind. Its legs grow stronger. Shield. If you've been accepted by Ponyta, its burning mane is mysteriously no longer hot to the touch. They made that canon! Ah, that's nice! Brilliant Diamond is very similar to Diamonds, but slightly different, so I'll read it. About an hour after birth, Ponyta's fiery mane and tail grow out, giving the Pokemon an impressive appearance. Shining Pearl is its Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus. These Pokemon live in herds out in the grassland. Newborn foals lack their fiery manes, which will develop about an hour after birth. For Galarian Ponyta, in Sword, its small horn hides a healing power, with a few rubs from this Pokemon's horn. Any slight wound you have will be healed. In Shield, this Pokemon will look into your eyes and read the contents of your heart. If it finds evil there, it promptly hides away. Aww. Okay. So game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. So red, blue, and yellow, you get a berry 100% of the time. Diamond, pearl, and platinum, you get a shucka berry 5% of the time. Ranch, you get a pesto berry 100% of the time. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you get a shucka berry 5% of the time. In Legends Arceus, for normal, you get the Rost Berry 35% of the time, Spoiled Apricot 15% of the time, Grid items by level. For Alpha, you get an EXP Candy S 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, and Grid items by level. Don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, Ponyta, HP 50, Attack 85, Defense 55, Special Attack 65, Special Defense 65, Speed 90 for a total of 410. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 65. For Galarian Ponyta, it's the same stats. Pokeathon stats, type effectiveness, we will compare Ponyta and Galarian Ponyta. Non-Galarian Ponyta is damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ghost, electric, psychic, dragon, and dark. Galarian Ponyta keeps normal, flying, poison, electric, and dragon. So it's damaged normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, ice, dragon, and fairy. Non-Galarian Ponyta is weak to ground, rock, and water for double, while Galarian Ponyta is weak to Bug, Ghost, and Dark for double. Neither are immune to anything. Non-Galarian Ponyta is resistant to Bug, Steel, Fire, Grass, Ice, and Fairy all for half, while Galarian Ponyta is resistant to Fighting and Psychic for half. In the Ponyta box, it notes if this Pokemon has Flash Fire, the effectiveness of Fire-type moves is 0, so it would go from half to 0. In Generation 1, the effectiveness of Ice-type moves is 1, so it went from 1 to half. Learn set. Ponyta is available in Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. Galarian Ponyta is available in Sword and Shield. By leveling up, Ponyta in Sword and Shield and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, 1 Tackle and Growl, 5 Tail Whip, 10 Ember, 15 Flame Charge, 20 Agility, 25 Flame Wheel, 30 Stop, 35 Fire Spin, 41 Takedown, 45 Inferno, 50 Fire Blast, and 55 Flare Blitz. In Legends Arceus, at 1 you get Tackle and it masters it at 9. At 5 it learns Ember and masters it at 14. Double Hit they learn at 9 and master it at 18. Flame Wheel they learn at 15 and master it at 25. Hypnosis they learn at 21. And mastered at 31. Fire Blast they learn at 29 and mastered at 40. Double Edge they learn at 37 and mastered at 48. Flare Blitz they learn at 47 and master it at 59. For Galarian Ponyta, at 1 you learn Tackle and Growl, 5 Tail Whip, 10 Confusion, 15 Fairy Wind, 20 Agility, 25 Psybeam, 30 Stomp, 35 Heal Pulse, 41 Takedown, 45 Dazzling Gleam, 50 Psychic, 55 Healing Wish. Buy TM/TR for Ponyta and Sword and Shield. Get 11 Solar Beam, 12 Solar Blade, 13 Fire Spin, 21 Rest, 24 Snore, 25 Protect, 29 Charm, 31 Attract, 34 Sunny Day, 38 Will-O-Wisp, 39 Facade, 40 Swift, 52 Bounce, 76 Round, and 92 Mystical Fire. For the TRs, 1 Body Slam, 2 Flamethrower, 7 Low Kick, 12 Agility, 15 Fire Blast, 20 Substitute, 26 Endure, 27 Sleep Talk, 31 Iron Tail, 36 Heat Wave, 43 Overheat, 55 Flare Blitz, 83 Ally Switch, 86 Wild Charge, 90 Play Rough, and 94 High Horsepower. For Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, 11 Sunny Day, 17 Protect, 22 Solar Beam, 23 Iron Tail, 32 Double Team, 35 Flamethrower, 38 Fire Blast, 42 Facade, 44 Rest, 45 Attract, 50 Overheat, 58 Endure, 61 Will-O-Wisp, 82 Sleep Talk, 87 Swagger, 90 Substitute, and 96 Strength. For Galarian Ponyta, 21 Rest, 24 Snore, 25 Protect, 29 Charm, 31 Attract, 39 Facade, 40 Swift, 44 Imprison, 52 Bounce, 76 Round, 92 Mystical Fire. For the TRs, TR1, Body Slam, 7 Low Kick, 11 Psychic, 12 Agility, 20 Substitute, 26 Endure, 27 Sleep Talk, 31 Iron Tail, 34 Future Sight, 49 Calm Mind, 69 Zen Headbutt, 82 Stored Power, 83 Ally Switch, 86 Wild Charge, 90 Play Rough, 92 Dazzling Gleam, and 94 High Horsepower. By breeding, for Ponyta and Sword and Shield, this group gives you Double Kick, this group gives you Double Edge, this group gives you Horn Drill, this group gives you Hypnosis, Espeon gives you Morning Sun, and this group gives you Thrash. In Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Smeargle gives you Ally Switch, this group gives you Charm, this group gives you Double Kick, this group gives you Double Edge, this group gives you Flame Wheel, Smeargle gives you High Horsepower, this group gives you Horn Drill, this group gives you Hypnosis, this group gives you Low Kick, Espeon gives you Morning Sun, and this group gives you Thrash. For Galarian Ponyta, this group gives you Double Kick, this group gives you Double Edge, this group gives you Horn Drill, this group gives you Hypnosis, Espeon gives you Morning Sun, and this group gives you Thrash. By tutoring Ponyta in Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, there's nothing. In Legends Arceus, you get Flamethrower, High Horsepower, Iron Tail, the Mystical Fire, Rest, Swift, and Wild Charge. For Galarian Ponyta, in the Sword and Shield Expansion Pass, you can get Expanding Force, which is a special Psychic-type move with a power of 80, accuracy 100%, and PP 10. By transfer from another generation, 1 Bide, that doesn't work anymore, 4 through 7 you get Captivate, that doesn't work anymore, 6 and 7 you get Confide, 2 you get Curse, 1 through 7 you get Double Team, 5 through 7 you get Echoed Voice, 2 through 7 you get Frustration, that doesn't work anymore, 2, 4, and 7 you get Headbutt, 2 through 7 you get Hidden Power, that doesn't work anymore, 5 and 6 you get Incinerate, 1 and 3 you get Mimic, 4 you get Natural Gift, that doesn't work anymore, 2, 3, and 7 you get Quick Attack, 1 you get Rage, that doesn't work anymore, 1 and 7 you get Reflect, 2 through 7 you get Return, that doesn't work anymore, 3, 4, and 6 you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore, 1, you get Skull Bash. 5 and 6, you get Strength. 2 through 7, you get Swagger. And 1 through 7, you get Toxic. Side game data for Ponyta. Like I can just... In Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia, in their browser entry, it attacks by launching, fire, and charging. In Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure, in the Pokepad entry, Ponyta plays in the Lava Zone. She's very skilled at Absol's Hurdle Bounce, and also enjoys playing Bulbasaur's Daring Dash. Got this... Yep. Costumes in Pokemon Go. Candela-themed accessory? Candela-themed accessory, I guess? It's just this. It's cool. Guess that the thing in Pokemon is the Candela. I don't know. Galarian Ponyta, you got that in Pokemon Go. Meloetta hat as a costume in Pokemon Go. It's kind of funny. It's wearing it on the side of its horn. Then evolution data, Ponyta, so Ponyta level 40, Rapidash. Galarian Ponyta, you've got, Galarian Ponyta level 40, Galarian Rapidash. Sprites, so you can see these, how they're, they're very similar to their modern, these are, like, very, I don't know, almost toy-like horses, like this one in particular. This is more like monster-like, but that, yeah, and then these kind of gain more of this one kind of gains more, but see how the fire is, it's very basic, it's not very complicated. This is probably the least complicated fire. This is a little bit more complicated. This one was made for this one. I guess it could technically work for this one, I don't know, but it probably couldn't really work. This is another one where it's kind of very similar to how it's designed here, so it could arguably work if the colors were corrected, but yeah. So then we've got gold, a little bit closer to the modern one, or much closer, I guess, but the flame's much more obvious, what is flame and what isn't. You get this back sprite, it's much more complicated. You can see here it's sort of a almost sepia tone, I guess. That's interesting, the shiny. Yeah, okay, so Gen 3, it's got the more yellow body. Yeah, it's very, you got all the basic stuff still already, so yeah. This is now paler, almost closer to modern Ponyta, with a blue flame, which, makes sense. That's very clever. Yeah, and then this is a little bit more refined, closer to what we have now, I'd say. Then, yeah, this is a little lighter now in Gen 4, closer to the shinies is. This one, maybe even lighter, my goodness. Yep. Not really much changes, it probably gets more... Oh, it gets, like, blue hose, that's interesting. And black hose, I don't know if that's a mistake or not in Gen 5, but... Interesting. So Gen 6, get the models for the first time. It's kind of that's interesting. The fire is almost closer to the pure orange of yellows. That's interesting. But there's still some gradients, which is nice. I can see all that. It's kind of nice. Yep. Yeah, not much of a difference model-wise. Still kind of got blue feet for some reason. Yeah, it's kind of blue feet, which blue hooves, which is interesting. Yeah, still kind of a yellow. It's a little bit more gradients, much more fire-like, I'd say. This is much more simple again. Then we get to see Galarian Ponytas, so get to see it's more just blue and white. I think only really the purple turns to sort of this cream color, I guess. Yep. Legends Arceus. So now it's finally back to the blacker. I guess it looks kind of purple. I think these are darker than those. Although that might just be like the photo when it was taken or whatever. So that's interesting. Yeah, cross-generation here. So we can see the Galarians and the non-Galarian. Now they're different and stuff, yeah. There are other sprites, Blaze and Pokemon Super Contests, Flash and Pokemon Super Contests. So I think these are NPC Pokemon. Yeah. In the anime, the main series, Ponyta in the anime. We'll see this Ponyta later. Then we got a Galarian Ponyta in the anime. got all this. Pokedex entries. In episode 33 in Ash's Pokedex. Ponyta, a fire horse Pokemon. Its bane is made of intense flames. In what I assume is Journeys, episode 55, in Go's Rotom form. Ponyta, Galarian form. The unique horn Pokemon. A psychic type. There's a healing power hidden within its small horn. Ponyta can also treat wounds by using Healing Pulse. Pokemon Twilight Wings. Galarian Ponyta and Pokemon Twilight Wings. Interesting. In the manga, so we got Ponyta in Pokemon Adventures, with, looks to be Dawn, that's interesting. And Galarian Ponyta in Pokemon Adventures. Okay, yep. Pokedex entries in Pokemon Adventures. In whatever past 10 is, it peers into your eyes and reads your heart. If it finds wicked feelings, it will disappear at once. Okay, yep, got all this in the TCG. Trivia. Employees of Game Freak put several Japanese Psyduck up on the global trade station for an American Ponyta. It's station, not system? Ponyta is one of the 14 Pokemon that the player can collect foreign Pokedex entries for in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Ponyta's Stadium and Fire Red Pokedex entries state that it can jump over the Eiffel Tower and Ayers Rock, which exist in the real world. Tokyo Tower is referenced in red and green, as well as the Japanese versions of Stadium and Fire Red. Galarian Ponyta's category, Unique Horn, sounds similar to Unicorn. Unicorn, oh yeah, it does. Origin. Ponyta and its evolved form may be based on fiery steeds in mythology such as those belonging to the Greek god Helios, Skinfaxi of Norse mythology, or the horses of the Ashvins in Hindu mythology. It may also be based on Quilin, a legendary Chinese hood chimerical creature sometimes depicted with parts of their bodies on fire. The fire in its shiny coloration refers to blue fire, which generally indicates a higher temperature than orange fire, but it may also be caused by certain chemicals burning at a normal temperature. Galarian Ponyta may be based on a Shetland pony and modern depictions of a unicorn. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland, which is the inspiration for the Crown Tundra, as well as being part of the United Kingdom, the country that Galar is based on. Its signature ability, Pastel Veil, may be inspired by the belief that unicorn horns can be used to cure diseases and neutralize poisons. Name origin, Ponyta, may be a combination of pony and bonita, pretty, in various Iberian languages. In other languages, see also references, external links to the Galarian forms, and we'll move on. Now let's watch Ponyta's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 33, The Flame Pokemonathon. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and his traveling companions, Brock and Misty and Pikachu, have arrived in the Safari Zone. So they just encountered a herd of Tauros, and he tried to use Charmander to attack them, but he was stopped by Growlithe, and I've just found out that Growlithe is also a fire type, so he's sending Charmander back into his ball.
Maybe Squirtle!
Hold it!
So there's the Ponyta.
Hey, what are you doing?
You little sidewinder, don't tell me you don't know this whole area is a Pokémon reserve.
A Pokémon reserve?
Yes,
What's that?
it's a place where it's against the law to capture Pokémon so they can grow up here naturally.
And that is Ponyta's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's talk about the TCG. I have two Ponyta cards and they're non-Galarian Ponyta. They're the first two versions of the Ponyta card, but since they're nearly identical, only talk about them like they're one card. They were illustrated by Ken Sugimori. It's definitely not the most interesting since it's just the official image from Pokemon Red and Green on a background. Ponyta has 40 HP. It's 3'3" and 66 pounds, which is 0.1 pounds less than its weight in the official Pokedex. It has two moves, Smash Kick and Flame Tail, neither of which are from the video games. Smash Kick costs 2 of any energy and causes 20 damage. Flame Tail costs 2 fire energies and causes 30 damage. Ponyta is weak to water. It has no resistance, which is weird since it's resistant to fire and grass in the video games. It costs 1 of any energy to retreat. Its description reads, "Its hooves are 10 times harder than diamonds. It can trample anything, flat in moments." This is very similar to the Pokedex entries in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Leaf Green. It's level 10. In the video games, it would be 30 levels away from evolving into Rapidash. Speaking of Rapidash, I have a card for it, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Now let's see why other people love Ponyta. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we are looking at DeviantArt. For those of you who don't know how this works, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Ponyta. This is Ponyta Blep by Otaku app. So this is Galarian Ponyta here, very cute, doing a little blip. Looks to be in a forest, probably the forest that it lives in. All these glowing mushrooms and stuff, and it's very cute. Then we've got Galarian Ponyta by Nevadoodle. We've got this Galarian Ponyta here. Pretty basic. I don't really know what these horns are. I don't know if that's, I don't think that's part of it. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I got this, but yeah, so it's slightly stylized, I guess. Yeah, it's very nice. Galarian Ponyta by Shinju Fury. So we got this, yeah, pretty basic Galarian Ponyta. Looks like it's walking around. It's very nice, very colorful. Almost slightly sepia tone, which is interesting. This is Galarian Ponyta by Lan Mana. I guess it's from 2019. You got this nice, you know, Galarian Ponyta here. Pretty basic. And we got Galarian Ponyta by Hiyoshiro Alter. So it's this nice, semi-stylized Ponyta here. Stars in the background, so maybe floating in space or something, or maybe it's making the stars appear with its horn. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Yeah, very fluffy. Then we've got Galarian Ponyta by Soul Eve 99. So this pretty. I mean, it's a little bit stylized, particularly with the neck here, and general body looks maybe more horse-like than than Ponyta. Yeah, we get to see all the mane and nice stuff. It's colorful, yeah. This is not a Ponyta, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Snorlax before I can catch a Ponyta. As for Galarian Ponyta, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the Gen 8 Pokemon to cover that. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Rapidash. As always, this isn't my proper outfit and you'll see me tomorrow.